You always want to see some charring on your food. Charring is good. Burnt is no good. If you don't have spicy thighs, now that should be legal. What? It's good. Let's get into it. Today we're going to make lemon pepper chicken skewers. Now cooking time for this recipe will be 20 minutes. Or for those of you who love to use my beer timer, you're looking at a 1 beer cook. Cheers. What was that? You liked this video already? Well, press the thumbs up button. YouTube can't read your mind. To make this chicken recipe, we're going to need some chook thighs. That being chicken thighs, boneless and skinless is what you should ask your butcher for. Just like I did when I went down to see Mick, the master chicken romancer, down at Gippsland Premium Meats and picked up 1 kilogram of skinless and boneless chicken thighs. Now, to prep the chicken, what we need to do is grab a sharp knife, like my 8-inch hammer store knife, and cut it up into roughly 25mm cubes, like that. And then place the diced up chicken into a container or a bowl, if that's the way you swing. Chook is Aussie slang for chicken. What we would normally say is, are you coming over Saturday night for a roast chook? Flavour is needed when cooking chicken, because let's be honest, on its own, it's pretty bland. Grab a non-reactive bowl, not a radioactive bowl, a non-reactive bowl. As in, grab a glass or plastic bowl, not a metallic bowl, that can react to certain ingredients that have acid. Into the bowl add 2 tablespoons of untouched oil, 4 cloves of crushed keep the vampires away, the zest of 1 reactive acidic ingredient, 2 teaspoons of non-Caucasian pepper, 2 teaspoons of charred capsicum, bell pepper for you people over the pond, 2 tablespoons of burn your bum tomorrow sauce, and 1 teaspoon of dried pitmaster tears. Whisk this with a clockwise motion, and then we're going to allow it to join the bland chicken to spice up this party. Glove up for a good time, and then we're going to mix everything up with the enthusiasm of an Australian breakdancer. And once it's all covered like that, pop the lid on, lock it up.
Now into exile for you.
Pop this in the fridge for about an hour. Sharing is caring. Show me how much you care by sharing my videos. I'm making these skewers up with street food in mind. So to keep that street food feeling, I'm using wooden skewers. And I soaked these inferior twigs of burning in water an hour ago. It's now time to glove up, or don't. Just don't scratch your bum if you've touched these with your bare hands. And now just stab the chicken pieces onto the skewers, making the skewers all roughly about the same size. This way they'll cook more evenly and be finished at the same time. It actually sounds logical when you say it out loud. Studies have shown people that subscribe to this channel experience weight gain and happiness. Today I'm going to be using my Weber Go Anywhere, or GA as they're known, and I'm going to be pairing it up with my 100mm riser and my hibachi grill that I grabbed from Rub and Grub over in South Australia. Now I want to be grilling directly over the heat source today, so we won't need the lid, and I'll open up the bottom vents to allow as much oxygen to our fuel as possible. I'll put the riser in place and then 3/4 fill the chimney starter up with lump charcoal. Light it up. Once it's all ashed over, dump that into the GA. And then using an old pair of tongs, I just like to spread the charcoal out throughout the GA. That way we get even heat. I'll carefully put the grill back in. And put the hibachi grill in place and let that warm up for 5 minutes too. If you don't have a riser, you only need to use half a chimney of fuel, but you will need to flip your skewers more frequently than an Australian breakdancer flips around on the floor. Once the grill has heated up, spray it with some cooking oil. This is going to create a non-stick surface for our skewers. And it will smoke a bit because of the oil. We can then place the skewers on it, laying them out in a neat Instagram-worthy lineup. Then after about a minute of grilling, we want to turn the skewers over, and we're going to keep doing that until the chicken is fully cooked. But how do we know? By using an instant read thermometer. We need the internal temp of that chicken to be reading 74 degrees Celsius to be classed as no death chicken. But being the fact it's thigh meat, which is dark meat, we can push it a little further, and we're going to push it to 80 degrees internally. By doing this, we will help break down that connective tissue in the chicken, making it more tender. But don't worry, even though we are pushing it a little bit further, it will stay moist. Although that was smart, at least I didn't do this in a breakdance competition on a world platform. When grilling your food, you want to see some charring on it. Charring is flavour. I use the dark meat of chicken more than I do the white meat when cooking because you can push it a bit further and make it more tender. White meat tends to dry up like an Australian breakdancer's future. I always say when grilling chicken, you want to go slow and steady. This is the magical part, as you can hear those juices falling down onto that hot charcoal. Nothing replicates that flavour. The chicken is done, so we can get it off the grill and onto a platter. Not only does this chook on a stick look amazing, it smells amazing too. Now, I just want to show you how moist this chicken still is. Surely you can see that's moist. Smut! All that's left to do is for me to eat it in front of all of you.